But you know what's really interesting is that even as a child, Todd developed this incredible work ethic.
Yeah.
He started working at a glass factory at just
13.
13 years old.
Wow.
And often he would have to walk or bike 12 miles each way to get there.
That's crazy.
It is.
I mean, can you imagine doing that at that age?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But it really speaks to his resilience and his drive to create a better life for himself.
Definitely. And, later on, that same drive translates into his dedication to helping others.
Right.
It's almost like he's paying it forward, the kindness that he may not have always received.
That's a great point.
And speaking of paying it forward, there's a really interesting twist in Todd's story.
Oh.
So after all the hardship he experienced, he swore off anything to do with welfare offices or anything that reminded him of those tough times.
Okay.
But then fate kind of intervened in a pretty ironic way.
Really? How so?
Well, his big break came in the form of a job offer
Uh-huh.
from, of all places, the Hamilton County Department of Human Services.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty ironic.
It is.
Life has a funny way of leading us back to where we need to be.
Yeah, even if it seems counterintuitive.
Exactly.
And it's even more ironic when you think about his first assignment there.
Okay, what was that?
He was stationed at the food stamp office on Galbraith Avenue.
Wow, so the very place he vowed never to stand in line at again?
Exactly.
That's wild.
It really is.
It seems almost poetic in a way.
It does.
Like he was meant to use his experiences to help others navigating those same systems.
Yeah.
That's really something.
And he didn't just work there, he excelled. Over the next 5 years, he held all sorts of different roles there.
Like what?
Well, he was a safety specialist,
Uh-huh.
a PC tech,
Okay.
a telecommunications specialist,
Wow.
then a computer programmer,
Mm-hmm.
and even an internet abuse investigator.
He did all of that.
Yeah, talk about a diverse skill set.
I know that's impressive.
He was clearly someone who loved learning new things and wasn't afraid of a challenge.
It's almost like he was unconsciously preparing for the work he'd later do with AFRS.
Yeah, combining his tech skills with his passion for helping others.
Right. But I guess we're getting ahead of ourselves.
You're right, we don't want to spoil the surprise.
Okay.
So for now, we'll leave you with the image of Todd, this young man who turned his difficult past into this springboard for personal growth and a commitment to making a real difference in the world.
It's a powerful reminder that even when facing adversity, there's always the potential for positive change, both within ourselves and in our communities. It's amazing how Todd's commitment to helping others, it went way beyond his work at the Human Services Department.
Yeah, it's like that job just ignited something in him.
Yeah.
He went on to spend decades serving his community
Right.
in all these different ways. It's incredible.
It is. So let's take a look at some of the things he did.
Okay.
The sources mention that he was a firefighter and an EMT.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, talk about courage and selflessness.
I know, right? Going from a computer programmer to putting your life on the line to help people,
Yeah,
it really shows you what kind of person he is.
definitely.
And it doesn't stop there. He also served on the board of the Cincinnati Fire Museum.
Really?
Yeah, helping to preserve history and educate people
Okay.
about fire safety.
Okay.
And then there's his work with the Yellow Ribbon Support Center, showing his dedication to military families.
Wow. So he was involved in a lot.
It's like he was always looking for ways to give back wherever he could.
Yeah.
But there's this one detail that I thought was really sweet.
What's that?
For almost a decade, Todd was a secret Santa.
Ah,
I know, right? He would quietly deliver gifts to families and orphanages.
that's so nice.
I know, it really brightened the holidays for people in need.
That's a beautiful testament to his generosity and his desire to bring joy to others.
Yeah, especially during a time that can be hard for a lot of people.
Right. Exactly.
It really shows you a different side of him.
It does a side that goes beyond just the public service stuff.
Exactly. It's like this genuine compassion for those less fortunate.
Right.
And, it all seems to come from his own experiences. Like,
Right.
he took the hardships he faced and turned them into a force for good in the lives of others.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And this brings us to AFRS.
AFRS?
Yeah, the nonprofit he founded to provide emergency drone services.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a perfect example of how he combined his technical know-how with his passion for helping people.
So AFRS, what is that exactly?
Well, it's a really interesting case study in how drones are being used more and more for public safety. They can provide real-time information about what's going on during an emergency.
Okay.
help with search and rescue efforts,
Mm-hmm.
and even assist with hazardous material detection.
I see.
And they often do it at a fraction of the cost of traditional methods.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
It is. And AFRS doesn't just respond to emergencies.
Really?
No, they also offer adult education programs for first responders,
Okay.
especially those who are dealing with PTSD.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they train them to become drone pilots.
That's a really great initiative.
It is.
Using technology to help people who've experienced trauma.
Yeah, giving them new skills and career opportunities.
It's really innovative.
And they don't stop there.
What else do they do?
They also have STEM education programs for young people, teaching them about drones and robotics.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's all about making sure the next generation knows how to use technology for good.
It's incredible how much Todd has accomplished.
I know, it really shows his vision.
Right, not just focusing on the immediate problems,
Hmm.
but also building a future where people can use technology to help each other.
Exactly.
Yeah?
But, as we've seen throughout Todd's life, things don't always go smoothly,
That's true.
despite his dedication to helping others. Todd recently faced a pretty tough situation himself.
Oh, no. What happened?
Well, the home he's worked so hard to provide for his family
Mm-hmm.
was almost foreclosed on.
Oh, wow.
It's hard to believe that someone who's given so much to others could face something like that.
It really shows you that life can be unpredictable.
Yeah, even for the most well-intentioned people.
Exactly.
So we left off with Todd almost losing his home.
Yeah, it's a tough situation.
It is, especially for someone who's always put others first.
Right. It really shows you how life can throw curveballs even when you're trying to do good.
So let's talk about what led to this whole thing.
Okay, so Todd lost his IT job back in September of 2023 when his company shut down.
Yeah, it's rough.
It is, unfortunately, it's becoming more common these days.
Yeah.
So anyway, he managed to get a forbearance agreement with his mortgage company.
Okay, so that let him pause or lowers his payments for a bit?
Exactly. It gave him some breathing room, but then in November, he missed a phone call.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And it was while he was volunteering in North Carolina after that terrible hurricane.
Wow. So he's out there helping people and this happens.
Yeah, and because he missed that, it triggered a technical violation of his forbearance agreement.
Are you serious? So now they're trying to foreclose on him.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
That's awful.
And even though he explained the situation to the lender, they're still demanding almost $20,000 by January 9th, 2025 to stop the foreclosure.
$20,000, that's a huge amount of money.
It is, especially when you're already dealing with unemployment.
And the stress of potentially losing your home.
Exactly. It's a
Yes.
lot to handle.
So what did he do?
Well, being Todd, he didn't give up.
Good for him.
He started a fundraising campaign to try and save his house.
That's great.
And the response has been really amazing.
People are helping out.
Yeah, his story has really touched people.
That's wonderful.
There are donations from people who know him,
Mm.
people who've never met him.
Wow.
Even a donation for $1,000 from someone who wants to remain anonymous.
That's so kind.
It is.
Every little bit helps.
Right. And it all shows how much people care about Todd and what he's done for others.
It's heartwarming to see a community come together like that.
It really is. It shows you the power of kindness and support.
Todd's story is truly inspiring.
It is. He's faced so much adversity, but he's never given up on helping others.
And he's never given up on himself.
Right. Even when things got tough, he kept fighting.
It's a reminder that we can all overcome challenges.
And that even small acts of kindness can make a big difference.
That's a great message to end on.
It is.
So thank you, everyone, for joining us on this journey through Todd May's life.
Yeah, it's been a privilege to learn about him.
It has, and we hope his story inspires you to make a positive impact in the world.
Even in small ways.
Exactly. Thanks again for listening.